This book is filled with stories. If you have kept up with business on a daily basis, things like the Wall Street Journal or weekly, such as Business Week, or Fast Company type magazines, this book is a collection of stories of two Silicon Valley startups, Uber and Airbnb. And the major thrust of this is all the battles that they have had, primarily regulatory and license issues regarding the local and state ordinances, things like how many drivers you can have and who are they, how many beds and rooms you can rent, and where are they. And so these two companies have become famous and rich, but they've gone through quite a few struggles, and that's what that book is all about. You'll notice on your handout, they pulled the definition of upstart for you, and it's got two parts. One is a newly successful person or business, but much more important is the second one. A person who has recently begun an activity, become successful, and who does not show proper respect for older and more experienced people or for the established way of doing things. And there's no question in reading this book that is absolutely true of these two companies and the people that ran it. They fought everything and everybody they could possibly do in the establishment to actually make and carve out an area for their own business. There were three founders of Airbnb and two major players in Uber. I put their pictures here in the handout for you. They both started in the same place. It was President Obama's inauguration in 2009. And what happened was the Uber people couldn't get a ride to the area, and the Airbnb people couldn't find a room. So it was the same place that all of their businesses started. On your handout, you see a section that says nonstop controversies. It just summarizes all of the things that these two companies fought as they got started. Rules, regulations, local, state, agencies, all type of things. And y'all, even today, they are still pushing as hard as they can against these things. The quote you see in your outline, second line, it said, it forced local governments to question their faithfulness to the regulatory regimes of the past. Then down below, critics blame them for everything from destroying the basic rules of employment, exasperating traffic, and ruining peaceful neighborhoods and bringing unrestrained capitalism into liberal cities. And the final quote is one that's full of optimism, and the author thinks that these companies have paid their dues and they have a very bright future. But as I started with today, the sexual harassment suit is just one of many things that they faced. And there'll be more. Whenever you're successful, people go after you in a lot of different ways. I hope you all enjoyed this synopsis of the Upstarts.